Hi leaders, Pastor Craig here again with a weekly update for you. But before I dive into that, I hope you're doing well. Hope the start to the fall has been okay for you. I always think about the fall starting when our kids are going back to school. So hopefully you're going through that okay and not too traumatized, and maybe you don't have kids that are in school but you're dealing with the increased traffic. I hope all that is going well. Hey, this weekend we continue on in our series Mindset, and last weekend we sort of set the stage for the realization that there is a battle for the mind and the tools that we can use to fight that battle, and the tools that really just aren't helpful at all as we seek to grow in maturity. So we're looking now for the next 3 weeks at very specific cases, and this weekend is not fair. It's not fair because it's one that I struggle with at times. I think it's one that Pastor Key has struggled with at times. I think it's one that, if we're honest with ourselves, we all struggle with. And I say it's not fair because it's not fair that it's this time of year. And it's also not fair because the passage that we're going to is a tough passage and personally convicting for me and hopefully for you as well. That's right, this weekend we're talking about anxiety and the struggle in our hearts to fight against worry. And what are we going to do this weekend? Where's the passage? Well, we're going to Luke chapter 10, 38 to 42, in the story of Mary and Martha in the kitchen working, you remember, and the Lord Jesus saying to her, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things." Martha, Martha. Maybe Martha, Martha. Hopefully the Lord leads us through an amazing weekend as we study His Word together. That's our direction this weekend. That's how the curriculum is also going to be paired up. So looking forward to that, to walk that through with you as well. Just a reminder that with any new series, we have those resources. I mentioned that in our weekend service, so did Pastor Key, and the link for those extra resources, and we keep adding to them. That link will be down below this particular email. It's on our website as well. So do check that out and encourage your people to check that out as well. Okay, I also wrote down in my notebook here that we want to make you aware that at the end of August, we're going to have a life group ministry fair. So also known as an emphasis this weekend. And what we're going to do is have a table with some pros at that table. You may be asked, you may not be asked, but we're going to have people at that table who can answer some questions, and then a resource they can pick up, scan with their phone, and then get connected into groups. So you should be seeing that, and maybe even some new faces in your groups, and certainly some new groups across our campuses. So we're really excited for that. And by the way, it's a good time for me to remind you that if you know people that you think would be great at leadership, and you maybe even have tapped them on the shoulder to do that, then I would love to hear about that and maybe even get them involved in leading for the fall. Okay? All right, the last thing I want to share with you is just a little bit of a directional piece, what's coming up in the weeks ahead after this series in Mindset. And we have 3 more weeks, 2 after this weekend. We're going to be stepping into a verse by verse discussion in the book of Colossians. So really excited about that. Looking forward to offering up some new resources and maybe even some new tools for you as leaders as you get ready to lead that. So just a little teaser for some things to come. But in the meantime, thank you so much again for continuing to serve. Thank you for loving your people. Thank you for caring for them and walking them and leading them through God's truth. May the Lord bless you this week as you serve in that way. All right, thanks for watching.